So let's talk about what makes a location an emerging location. These days, the buzz is everywhere. Everybody is talking about it. Invest in emerging locations. The buzz is everywhere, and they're promising you new cities, new opportunities, and the promise of massive returns. But let's set the record straight. Not every location being hyped today is truly emerging. There are key factors that must be in place before a location qualifies to be called an emerging area. If you jump in and invest there too early without understanding the factors I will mention in this video, you might end up disappointed. It's going to be another, I bought this property here and 5 years down the line, no development, no appreciation. So if you don't want that, you want to sit back and listen to all the 7 factors I've mentioned in this video, all right? But if you have not heard the word before, what exactly is an emerging location, right? It's simply a location that has recently begun to gain traction or attention. Doesn't mean that location was not existing before. It was. But just as developed locations that we are currently used to begun to get, overpopulated and pricey and scarcity here and there, it will force new neighborhoods to emerge, right? An example is Lagos. When Lekki Ikoyi got populated and pricey, Ajah emerged. And from Ajah, we moved to Ibeju-Lekki. Right now, the buzz is in Ekpe, right? So that's just how we move from one place to another. And that new location is what we call an emerging location. So what makes a location truly an emerging location? The number one factor is government interest and infrastructure investments. An emerging location needs the backing of the government. Until the government starts directing infrastructure development like roads and power supply and security towards a particular area, then it's not emerging. Just like the elders will say, if the king's eye is on your farmland, be ready for progress. Likewise, when the government focuses on a location by building good roads and bridges and new districts, they are laying the groundwork for growth. So if you see a place where the government is silent, don't expect magic. It's not emerging yet. The second factor is there has to be uneven development across the states. This may not be so nice for you to hear, but growth can never be even across a state or across a country. Some locations or some areas will develop faster than the others, and this is what creates emerging location. When one part of a city is booming while other parts remains underdeveloped, naturally demand will shift to the booming location, right? So if every part of a city or a region is developing at the same pace, then nowhere is truly emerging, right? So for example, look at Lagos. When the VI, the Ikoyi axis, got developed and pricey, it opened up Ekpe and the Ibeju-Lekki. They became hotspots for development because it looked like all the development was now concentrated on those locations, and it seemed like other locations were now left behind. The beauty of real estate is in the scarcity. When some locations begin to grow faster than the others, they attract attention, they attract more investment. Now, the third factor is private and foreign investor interest. One individual buying 1 plot or 2 plots or 1 acre cannot transform a location. We need large-scale investments like factories and commercial buildings, business hubs, tech hubs, and other industries. So when big corporations enter a location, they create jobs, they create office spaces, they provide security, they attract more people. And this will increase the demand for housing, for commercial space, and even amenities like schools and hospitals. The combination of government infrastructure and private or public investment is what truly opens up a location. So when you see multinational companies and industries and even property developers moving towards a particular location, that's a green flag, because individuals lack the financial capacity to tear open a particular neighborhood. The fourth factor that must be in place before a location can be said to be emerging is the presence of national economic zones. A location becomes globally relevant when it houses strategic national assets, things that attract both local and international interest. There has to be projects that don't only serve local needs, but it's so relevant that people across other cities and countries can travel in just to use that location. It can be airports, it can be seaports, it can be universities, research centers, medical laboratories, large sports stadiums, and other tourist attractions. For instance, Ogun State today is home to several industries and factories, making it a manufacturing hub. The presence of Dangote refinery and the seaport and the free trade zone is what makes Ibeju-Lekki and Ekpe globally relevant. An ordinary location turned into an investment hotspot. Why? National economic zones. So when a place has globally relevant assets, it's only a matter of time before investors will start trooping in, properties there begin to appreciate, people are migrating there, opportunities are coming in there. That's it. National economic zones is a critical factor before a location can be said to be emerging. Number 5 is the location must be in the news for the right reasons. If a place is truly emerging, people must be talking about it. It should be making headlines. Maybe news of new infrastructure, employment opportunities, increasing investments here and there, development here and there. Pick up your phone, Google, what's happening in Lagos today? What's happening in Ekpe today? What's happening in Ibadan? You must see good news of new infrastructure, growing industries, government-backed initiatives. For example, look at Ekpe today. I mean, Ibejuleki, Ekpe, Ogun State, and Ibadan. They have become corridors for property investment today. Why? They have been in the news lately for all the right reasons. But if you Google the location and all you see is companies shutting down, reports of insecurity, unemployment is rising, that's a red flag. Like the saying goes, a town where people are living is not where to settle. So you must see good news about that location. The 6th factor that must be in place is strong transportation networks. Without good roads, railways, waterways, a location cannot emerge. Transportation is a lifeline for trade, commerce, and our daily lives. It's a factor of production. So when the government begins to invest in expanding the highways, building railways, making bridges, they are preparing the place for economic growth. Look at Lagos. The Lekki-Ekpe Expressway is currently being expanded and it's opening up Ekpe, Ibejuleki, and even Ikorodu with the Ikorodu Fourth Mainland Bridge. The Lagos to Calabar Coastal Road will transform coastal cities. The Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is currently undergoing some repairs here and there, and it's boosting connectivity between Lagos and other parts of the southwest. In Ibadan, the Rashid Circular Project and the 8 feeder roads that was currently delivered alongside the 4 cardinal bus stations is enhancing movement and connectivity within the city. They are not just roads, they are pathway to wealth. Without good roads, people will struggle. Commuting will be so difficult. Investors will be reluctant. And growth will be stagnant. So transportation is a major factor of production before a location can be said that it's emerging. The 7th factor is demand. This is the final confirmation of an emerging location. If all the factors I have mentioned so far are in place, demand will naturally flow to that location. People want to live there, they want to invest there, they want to work there. Why? Because there's growth, there's development, there's opportunities, or there are opportunities. Let's be real. Wouldn't you want to live in a location where the roads are good, jobs are increasing, infrastructure is expanding, and then businesses there are thriving? Wouldn't you want to live there? Of course, yes. So when you start seeing high demand, migration rates, high demand for land and housing and rental spaces, the location has truly emerged. And one more thing I've not mentioned is proposed projects. So projects that may not be in place right now, but the government have plans to do that in like 5 years, in like 10 years. Proposed projects. It may not be existing right now, but the government have maybe mentioned this occasionally that, we're going to do XYZ at XYZ location. Proposed projects are also critical drivers for emerging location. The truth is that emerging location is not about vibes. It's not about what influencers are saying on social media. It's about real factors that drive sustainable development. It's not hype, it's not a fluke, it has to be real. Sustainable development, it has to be real. So before you jump on the bandwagon to invest anywhere because they told you, lands here are going to appreciate, you have to be sure that these 7 factors that I have talked about are in place. So when all of these things align, then you can go there and invest, buy a plot or 2, buy an acre or more, do something there, and then you are very confident that in the nearest future, you have massive returns on your investments, right? So let me know if these 7 factors I have mentioned, did it make sense to you? Did you learn a thing or 2? If you did, drop it in the comment section. Mention 1 or 2 emerging locations near you. So based on the factors I have mentioned, have you or can you spot any location around you that you can say, that's an emerging location right there? Whether you're in the southeast, whether you're in the south, whether you're in the southwest, wherever you are, drop 1 or 2 locations around you that tick all the 7 factors I have mentioned. I want to know if we really follow this conversation. All right. Once again, my name is Messi Okeke, fondly called Madam Landlady. I provide decent housing solutions and I help you grow your net worth through investing in safe and profitable real estate investments. I'll see you in my next video. Do also like and share and comment. All right. See you next time.